Hi, Street Down Tony. Ah, I love it. I love being outside. The weather's changed, you know. I get to live in a place where the weather can be multiple things within one day. It can be sunny, cloudy, rainy, windy, calm, warm, cold, all in the same day. It's beautiful. I think that's one of the things that kind of helps me, deal with life, is that, life is always changing, and sometimes it changes a lot in a short period of time, and sometimes it just kind of cruises along and stays the same for a while. And it's sometimes really easy to get stuck in a rut because things have been so consistent for so long. Because we've been doing the same things over and over and over and over, that it's become this habitual thing. See, I used to do this thing where an event from my past, and I'm talking 10, 20, some of them longer, 25, 30 years ago, I could recite word for word the exact details of an event where I had been victimized, where I had gone through something horrific, something that maybe nobody else I know has ever been through. And I would live in it. And I would use it as some type of ammunition, as some type of excuse, as a reason for bad behavior, as a excuse why I can't do something. This is why I can't exercise. This is why I can't get in a relationship. This is why I can't trust people. This is why I can't get sober. This is why I can't defeat this depression. This is why I can't get over PTSD. I can't get past it. This is why. Decades later, the event had ended. The event occurred. I felt what I felt in the event. Traumatized, victimized, defeated. Felt like I was lower than an ant's belly. Lower than an insect's, stomach. That low to the ground. I felt that low because of things that have happened to me. Oh, but you don't understand. This is how it happened. This is what happened. This is what they did. This is what he did. This is what she did. Might not even involved a person. Might have just been, an event. I mean, there are events that occur in life. I've been through some of them, and I've witnessed things. I've witnessed some pretty horrific things in my life. Things I work on with therapy, things I talk about. You know what I mean. I know you know what I mean. If you're watching this, you know what I mean. That event, that traumatic event that occurred in the past, that is over, that had its effect. that still seems to be lingering with you. I don't ever claim to know the solution, but I can tell you my experience. I have my experience, okay? And so this was my experience. I had an event. Literally had multiple. We've all had multiples. We'll say on one event that happened 22 years ago. Okay, I'm just gonna come up with just these hypothetical numbers, okay? Because this is actually something that's real for me in my life. I had an event that was more than 20 years old that had occurred to me. And it was the explanation for everything that was wrong with Tony. It was why Tony was an alcoholic. It's why Tony had trust issues. It's why Tony, name it. This event that occurred decades ago. Okay. I've had some bad things happen to me in my childhood. Now, overall, my childhood was awesome. Okay, and anybody who grew up with me, you know we had awesome childhood. I mean, wasn't perfect, nothing is, but man, I had a great childhood. But I have experienced childhood traumatic events, the big ones. Okay. And I remember I was 38 years old, and I was having a conversation with somebody who was in a position to help me. And I said, you know, this thing happened to me, and my dad did this to me when I was just a little boy. I was just a child, 4 or 5 years old, 3, 4 years old, whatever. And he was very kind, and he was very patient, and he listened to me, and he heard me out. And when I was done talking and I was done explaining how traumatic this event was and how it's embedded in me, and it's the reason why all of these bad things about Tony. Because of this thing that happened to me when I was a child that I had no control over. I had no say in the matter. I had no choice. He said, okay. A lot of us have experienced things like that, and he was kind enough to share an event from his childhood that was pretty horrific. And then he looked at me and he said, yeah, but how long have you been an adult? Wait a minute. You're supposed to feel sorry for me. You're supposed to fuel my pity, my self-pity. You're supposed to validate my bad behavior with me. You're supposed to be on this, right? Didn't you just hear what I told you? How horrible is that to go through as a child? It's just a little boy, just a little teeny boy. Yeah, but you're grown up now, Tony. You're an adult now. You're 38. You've been an adult for 20 years. Or whatever, right? Okay? You see where I'm getting at? I did it with so many other things too. Recent things as well. But you don't get it. You don't get what it was like for me. You don't understand how horrible, how traumatic it was, how what I saw, what I experienced, what I lived through. What happened to me? You don't understand. Yeah? Really? Maybe not that event specifically in those specific details in your specific circumstances. Probably not. No, I probably don't know what that's like. But have I suffered? Yeah, I've suffered. I've suffered a lot. Is it okay that I suffer? That I've suffered? Yeah, it's okay. It's okay that you've suffered. It's okay that these things have happened to you. They don't define you. They don't have to make you who you are. You can live. You can get past it. You can live through it. You can come out on top. I know you can. I know you can. Just the simple fact that if you're listening to me babble on for like, it's almost 11 minutes now. I'm getting all mushy and watery eyed, all that silly stuff. I don't know if it's silly or not. I'm just being me. I'm not suffering today. I'm not living in my past today. I'm not letting those horrible things that happen to me control what I do today. No more. No more am I making excuses to not enjoy my life, to not get out and do what I want to do. No more. No more am I going to let the fact that I got overweight defeat me. That I felt unattractive. That I felt disgusting. It wasn't that long ago. And I'll get real honest with you here. I started experiencing erectile dysfunction in my early 30s. In my late 20s, early 30s. And it was a very difficult thing, and all the blue pill helped temporarily, and then it got to the point to where the blue pill, all I really basically experienced were the negative side effects. It didn't help me at all. And my erectile dysfunction got so bad, I ended up on so many different prescription drugs. My diet was just the McDiet extra large with ice cream and candy throughout the day is what my diet was. My diet was junk food with cheese. My diet was put chocolate sauce on it. All of it. And my lifestyle was garbage. My lifestyle, I was lazy. My job required no physical activity. I wasn't getting any physical activity. I had all the excuses in the world not to exercise. Oh, I'm working all these long hours. I'm running this business. I got a child to take care of. I've got my mom that I'm helping. I've got all these reasons why I can't do something good for Tony. So I ended up in this place, okay, where my erectile dysfunction got so bad that my last relationship, beautiful, loving woman with the biggest heart ever, I had to sit down and look her in the eyes and say, honey, I can't. It doesn't work anymore. It's just something that I use to pee from. I can't even masturbate. It's pretty much just non-functional here. You know, and she stayed with me for 2 years after that. And it wasn't that lack of physical intimacy that destroyed us. It was the fact that I was so miserable. I was either crying, I was yelling, so full of anger, frustrated, stressed out. Always money and bills and people and the thing and the I was so miserable with myself that I couldn't be happy with anything else, and I drove her away. So then here I am, I'm looking like Jabba the Hutt's little brother. I'm looking like a Hispanic Pillsbury Doughboy. You know, seriously, like just muffin gushing. Just, you know, I still got some, you know, I still got some flab happening. I'm working on it. I'm getting stronger. But man, was I was bad. I was bad. And all the ailments that I have with my body, the spinal pain, the damage that I've had from car accidents, the joint pain in my knees, the neuropathy, the diabetic neuropathy in my feet, which I still deal with daily. I basically have learned to live with the fact that I can't feel anything in my feet. Like right now, I'm hitting my foot harder and harder, and I can't feel it. It's really weird. Okay, so this was a result of you know, me, again, my lifestyle, as how bad it got. This is how bad my diabetic condition got, because I wasn't treating it properly. Not only was the diet atrocious, but I wasn't taking my medication properly. And that, you know, okay, and then then you wonder why I'm in this state of depression, why I want to die all the time, why I want to kill myself, because my body is just like in this constant survival mode where it's just trying to do anything it can to live through the freaking day. And my body is like that, and my mind was like that. I'm just trying to get through the day. And it got to the point to where I would wake up in the morning and I would just be like, why can't I still be sleeping? I don't want to be awake. When can I go back to sleep? I just didn't want to be a part of life anymore. And that lifestyle became habitual. I began to do the same things. When I really had a chance to step back and look at it, I'm like, you're doing the same things over and over and over. You're saying the same words over and over and over. And your actions are nada, nothing. You're just living in this habitual, repetitious funk, like that rut that I'm talking about. But everything was a rut. I dug in. Everywhere was a rut in my life. I could not seem to get out of that rut. And see, I'm at this place now where there's baseball practice going on. Okay, there's these kids behind me, and they're practicing, and they're doing the same movements. They're throwing the ball, they're catching the ball, they're hitting the ball, and they're doing it over and over and over and over, right? They do that over and over and over and over. Then when it comes time to perform, right? They just respond. They just respond automatically. Boom, hit the ball. Boom, catch the ball. Boom, run. Boom, throw the ball. They just do it naturally. Boom. Right? Anybody who's played sports, anybody who's done anything like that, when you practice and you do it over and over and over, when it comes game time, you don't think about it. You don't have the coach telling you what to do. Yeah, they might be yelling at you, but you don't necessarily they don't have to tell you, okay, you're going to do this, you're going to throw it here, then you're going to step back, then you're going to catch it. You're going to do this, right? You just do it. Same thing with your mental state. Same thing with the words we say. Same thing with our relation to our past trauma. When you describe your past trauma to somebody, does it sound like a broken record? Do you know the words you're going to say before you actually even said them to them? Does it sound like a recital? Maybe with some variance in here? Maybe some details that you don't always throw in, but you know. But still, for the most part, you're just reciting an event. And even if you're not actually speaking to somebody about the event, what's going on in your head? You're thinking about it over and over and over and over and over. I get it. The thoughts come without the thoughts that come without effort, I understand those. I am not in any way trying to belittle anybody's past trauma in any way, ever, ever, ever. And if you're going through it currently, I am not trying to belittle what you're going through. I am simply trying to relate to you that I understand what it's like to be where you are, to be where you've been. I have been there, and I am enjoying my life today, and you can too. I am not here to judge you. I am not here to say that your case is any better or worse than mine. I am not here for that. But I am suggesting maybe take a look at the things that you do and that you say and that you think that seem to be happening over and over and over. Have you got yourself into some sort of damaging habitual cycle? I've been there. I've been there. Listen to what I'm talking about. You hear me describe my life. My health got so bad that I pretty much had just consigned to the fact that I'm going to be this 220, 230 pound, old, balding, grumpy man with the worst case of erectile dysfunction ever. No person is ever going to want to be in any kind of romantic relationship with me whatsoever. If we do anything kind of sexual at all, it's going to have to include some type of artificial whatever, and it's not going to be blah, 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 blah. Come on. Come on. I can't be the only one who does that kind of thing, who did that kind of thing. I tried, well, today I'm working on not living like that. Let's say it that way. That's one of the things I'm working on, is not letting that, getting comfortable in my yuckiness, getting comfortable in my misery, getting comfortable in my self-pity. Poor Tony. Oh, poor Tony. Poor Tony. Oh man, I'm lucky that I've had people that are in my life, that cared enough about me to tell me the truth. And there's a very special person who's been in my life a long time, and she knows who she is, and she used to. I knew her in early recovery, in my early sobriety, and that's when we met, and that's when we first started building our friendship. And she used to say to me, she would respond to my little rants, this blah 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 blah, what this person did and all this stuff, and I'd always go, it's not fair, it's just not fair. And she would go, it's not fair, oh boo-hoo, it's not fair. Life isn't fair. Anybody who ever told you life is fair lied to you. I got to a point, you guys, where I got sick of living that way, just like with sobriety, right? Like it was the same thing. Like I got so sick of living in the lifestyle, the drinking and the isolation and the, oh God, all the yuckiness I went in that, when I finally got sick enough of that, and it got to the point where, for me, it was threatening my life, literally threatening my life. So I sought out, a solution that would save my life. And I suppose, it got to that point with depression. It got to that point where the depression got so bad, the threat to my life was so real. I mean, being right there, baby. Being right on the doorstep. Having the plan, having the tools, having everything in my hands ready to rock. in the location, in the place, in the whatever it was part of the plan, ready to just end it all. I don't know if maybe I just got sick of living that way, and I knew in my heart, I knew somehow that I could live a better way. You know, a lot of people who you know, not only just, you know, people who are in the, you know, drug and alcohol recovery community, just a lot of people who don't have any of those kind of problems at all experience our level of depression, right? Or they experience events that are so extremely difficult to go through, that it completely knocks them off course, you know. Because the experience might be something that's so completely foreign to anything you've experienced in your life, so completely different than anything, you know, any other situation or type of thing that you've ever learned how to deal with. I know how those things can derail you. But I also know that once I made up my mind that I wanted a better life, that I wanted to get healthy, that I wanted to rebuild this body, rebuild my mind, and replenish my spirit, when I made those decisions to do those things, my life started to get better. Made the decision, decided I want to lose weight, I want to get into the gym, I want to better my income, I want to improve my mental health, I want to be more active spiritually, in the spirit of service, and the spirit of giving back to you, taking my time and my experience and sharing that with you in hopes that it will help you or someone you know. Oh no, my water. I saved it. I still got a little bit left. I'm gonna kill this. That's the best way to do it. I know you can get through it. I know you can get past it. I know that there's a way. I know that you can improve. I know that you can become a better version of yourself. I know you can become the best version of yourself. The absolute best version of yourself, and learn how to improve from that. I know you can get to that place. I know it's possible. You know, ask me how I know. Ask me how I know. You want me to go into how awesome my life is? Okay, I'll give you a couple of little things about how cool my life is. I'm learning how to walk, and I'm stepping down these bleachers. Hence the I can't feel my feet. But I'm not making the excuse that, oh, I gotta wrap my feet, I can't hang out on the bleachers. Oh, I dropped this plastic cap down on the ground, I can't go get it because my back hurts, because my knees hurt, because my butt hurts. No, but I'm just gonna go ahead and leave my garbage behind, right? Because my back hurts. I don't have to be that guy today. You don't have to be that person today who's just making excuses to not do the right thing, to not do the good thing, to not do something good for you. I love you. I've been there. I may not know what the event is like, but I know what the pain feels like. I know you can come out the other side. And I know you can live a happy life. Oh, I got distracted on the bleachers. I was gonna tell you about my life real quick. Okay, here it is. I go to sleep when I want to. I wake up without an alarm. Unless I have something cool scheduled that day. And then when that alarm goes off, I'm happy. When I wake up in the morning, I'm happy. I don't worry about money. I do what I love, and then money comes to me. Opportunities get offered to me. I don't seek them out, they come to me. This is pretty much how I look throughout the day. Hi. Hey. Hi. That's how I am. That's how my life is. Feel like going outside, I go outside. I feel like eating, I eat. I'm thirsty, I drink. Tired of sleep. That's how I live today. I know that any event, and there's gonna be events, and I will not have any trouble sharing in an honest way how I feel during these events and what's really going on with me, and I will not be perfect. I do not live perfectly. You don't have to either. Wow, I've been going on for over half an hour. If you've been watching this long, you must really like what I have to say. I believe in you. I love you. I always say that, it's true. I know. Our souls are connected. The power that got me out is the same power that gets you out. It's okay to be you. It's okay to ask for help. It's okay to ask for help. Gotta take action. Make a decision, set a goal, take action. You will see results. Look at this. Oops. See, one of those balance things that happens when you can't feel your feet. But am I gonna let it stop me from enjoying this beautiful ray of sunshine? Nope. You don't have to let any of that stop you either. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for letting me help you. Thank you.